Every day around the world, children are placed in immigration detention. Often these children are seeking asylum and do not have the necessary visas. They have committed no crime. Detention, even for short periods, can seriously damage the mental health and development of children. Around the world, there is a movement of people working for change. The global campaign to end child immigration detention of children. We envisage a world where no children is detained. We advocate for community-based alternatives while a child's migration status is being determined. Here's what's happened so far. The campaign was launched at the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva in 2012. Other launches took place around the world, with over 80 organisations endorsing it. The logo has been translated into 7 languages and has resources and a website in English and Spanish. Our first activity was releasing the Captured Childhood report with interviews from over 70 detained children from 11 countries. This report and its model to end child detention has reached over 160 governments. Since then, we've gathered thousands of signatures to our online petition, and every time a new signature is added, an email gets sent to the head of immigration department in target countries. We've gathered hundreds of video messages of children who are not in detention, speaking up for children that are in detention.
I'm 17 and I'm from Western Australia.
I live in the United States.
I'm from Johannesburg.
I'm 17, from Australia.
I'm from India, but I come from Bangkok, Thailand.
We've made videos of children speaking about their experiences of detention available on our website.
When I was in the camp, I was very sad and very frightened because they beat my father and the blood all very come over the gate.
Bueno, cuando llegamos a inmigración, lo más doloroso fue cuando me separaron de mi niño y de mi esposo, porque mi esposo quedó en un lado, mi niño en otro, y yo quedé con la niña.
We've launched the Invisible Picture Show, an online documentary featuring the voices of detained children, coupled with animations.
Pues no sé ni para dónde darle, ni para atrás, ni para adelante, ni para los lados. Estoy sentada y que mis días no pasan muy ligero. Como que se atrasan. Como de salir, como abrir las puertas y salir huyendo. Pero sí es muy difícil estar así, estar en una parte que no tiene libertad uno. Porque lo que me preocupa más y me da tristeza que digo, ¿será que toda la vida voy a estar aquí?
أنا الحرية تعني لي كل شيء، كل ما عندي بهالدنيا هي الحرية. أنا حر، أنا من راسي بابا واحد يمسكني من إيدي بيحطني وقف هون أو وقف هون بدي أسوي هون أو أشوف طولك شغل مواليدك.
It means no people following us, and we have no fences, and we're not trapped.
We've chosen focus months for the campaign, where we coordinate activities in a country that has a capacity for change. In Malaysia, campaigners took the lead from youth, choosing the theme, Freedom Is. Malaysian youth and refugee youth came together for a camp.
I'm from Somalia.
My name is Dashini and I'm 19 years old. I was born in Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur.
I born in Somalia, in the capital city in Mogadishu.
I leave my country because of my country have something is bad.
We come here for to peace because our country is a lot of wars.
I come to Malaysia with my family and we took a boat.
It's a 2-day camp for Malaysian and refugee teens, and this camp is specially organized to give them more leadership skills, creativity, and also to get to know their traditions and differences in order for them to be able to communicate better. This is because most of the time people think that refugee children are so different than the Malaysian children, but this particular camp, the Malaysian children, they get to see that there is no difference between these two groups.
Afterwards, participants did a performance together, and 2 of them featured on a 1-hour radio spot. We've produced thousands of postcards which invited the public to respond to, "What does freedom mean to you?" These were then sent to the government as a sign of public support. We recorded messages from youth about what freedom means to them.
Freedom is being proud of who you are without fear, shame, or discrimination.
Freedom is fairness and equality.
With anyone I want at any time without any judgment.
To achieve any goal with protection.
Freedom is getting to do what you want to do without being discriminated, oppressed, or having being exploited.
In South Africa, student journalists were sent to write a story on children in detention. The articles published in major newspapers. Partner organisation Lawyers for Human Rights also used the Focus Month as an opportunity to launch their report on detention at a press conference. In Greece, partner organisations, the Greek Council for Refugees, held an event to launch a report on unaccompanied minors and sent newsletters themed around the campaign. In Mexico, we screened the Invisible Picture Show in 2 locations, holding the press conferences afterwards, highlighting the needs for improvements in child rights. We also made a video that has become the main tool for the online campaign.
Voy a buscar a mi papá al norte.
Me gusta jugar fútbol.
Me gusta tener muchos amigos en Facebook.
Cuando sea grande quiero ser veterinaria.
Me encantaría ayudar a mi mamá a terminar su casa.
Sueño con conocer las pirámides.
In Australia, the Focus Month inspired kids to spend a night at school, replicating what it is like to be in a detention centre. This inspired the Australian Coalition to End Child Detention Immigration Detention, who are still working together today to organise a large national campaign, D4D, in which children voluntarily take a lunchtime detention for children in detention. As the movement grew across the world, we took it to the United Nations. We supported 6 young people who had been detained as children to perform Hear Our Voices at the UN General Day of Discussion.
I was 17.
I was 16. I was 14. I was 15. I was 12.
I was 16.
Which led to the recommendation that states should expeditiously and completely cease the detention of children and their parents on the basis of their immigration status. Statements at the UN continue to be made, the latest in support from the Special Rapporteur for the Human Rights of Migrants and at the high-level dialogue in New York. As global migration grows exponentially, there has never been a more important time to get involved. Make a visible contribution to an issue that for a majority of society is invisible. Become a part of the movement calling for an end to immigration detention of children.